Alrighty, time for Duelist Kingdom action, and in this one it is Bandit Keith going up against Taya. Keith has a decently strong deck. If he draws the right cards, he can be very tough to beat. Taya as well, if she gets some of her equipped cards early, she's also got some good defensives as well, and overall on paper, Keith probably has more direct offensive power. Taya may be a little bit more strategic. She does have the ability to bring back a spell card from her graveyard with her effect of Magician of Faith, which is exclusive to her. Very useful effect as well. As, if you bring back a magic card, for example, it could be Offerings to the Doomed, could be a Monster Reborn, something to turn a match. So Keith has started off here. Overdrive and Time Machine on his side of the field. Taya is now coming up for her first turn. And Offerings to the Doomed. There goes Overdrive, so Keith's field is now empty. And Taya has played Doriado. It's only a 1200, but Keith does have no monsters in his hand, so he may be in trouble early. Okay, main phase 2 and end phase. Keith lost 1200 life points. Alright, Keith, he's drawn Blast Sphere. I was about to say Blast Juggler. No, it's Blast Sphere. 1400. There's Spellbinding Circle, however, Keith, he does have Mystical Space Typhoon in his hand, and it is a quick play. So down it goes. Spellbinding Circle is going to be destroyed here, so the effect of it will still activate, but now the cards are no longer on the field. It will not affect Keith's Blast Sphere. As that goes after Doriado, Doriado is off the field, and now Taya's field is unguarded. Keith is down 1,000 points, but with 6,800 left, he's a long way away from defeated. So let's see what Taya has in response to Keith's last move. Alright, turn change. It is the Zero Ritual. Taya, she did not play anything down. Okay, interesting. She does have a couple of 5-star monsters. Her monsters revolving around Dark Witch, Orion the Battle King, Winged Egg of New Life, for example, are some of her 5-star monsters. Alright, Taya this time has thrown down a defense and has gone to her end phase. Unless there's just magic cards that she can't play right now, but it looks like Taya may be in a spot of bother. So 2 1400s on the field. Keith does have stop defense and he's played it. So we will see what Taya's face down is. It is Ray and Temperature. 1,000, 1,000. So this will be another 1,400 points altogether off Taya here. She's going to be down to 5,000, and Keith, you feel, is starting to take this match over. He's a strong player. He did win a bonus point in round 1 as well. He played against... I'm going to say it was... As we see Goddess of Whim, who did Keith play? He played Rex Raptor. And yes, he did win that 3-0. Taya, she played a good match against Rebecca. And she did get a coin toss victory there, so unfortunately it's not going to matter because Keith has just activated Time Machine and his Blast Sphere is going to come back as it was. So it's not a card we get to see very often, Time Machine. It's a cool little effect. Oh, Zoa, 2,600. And I don't know, Keith doesn't go to sacrifice it. There's 450. Now 1,400 from Blast Sphere. So Keith opting for 2 monsters faced it. 2 monsters on the field rather. Oh, okay. No, he's gone for Zoa. He would he have done? Oh no, I think he would have done more damage with the 2 1400s than what he would have with the Zoa alone, only by a little bit. 14 and 14 is 28, so Zoa only at 26, so it's 200 points difference, but I mean Keith could have played Offerings to the Doomed if he really wanted to. Oh, Monster Reborn. Okay. Taya, I don't think there's much really to bring back though. Doriado has been the selected target. Oh, what does Taya have here? It's a face-down defense. It was a tribute, so it must be a 5-star. There's Shard of Greed for Keith. He hasn't drawn his best cards, but Taya has far from drawn her best as well. If Taya doesn't draw her best, she will actually really struggle to win against players like Keith. It was Wing Egg of New Life. It was a 1700 defense, 1400 attack. It is 5 stars. But it looks like Taya maybe, she's gone with another defense. Keith is basically on the verge of knocking her out. He's just drawn Machine King, which is a 6-star. So Keith doesn't summon it. There's Neo the Magic Swordsman is gone. I think it may be just a matter of time before Taya finally runs out of monsters to draw here. I mean, Taya could draw... Oh, she's already played her Offerings to the Doomed. She's played her Monster Reborn. There's She had something going with Massive Weakness and Rush Recklessly. She could overpower Zoa, but that requires quite a lot of the right cards. Ground Attack of Bugroth now is drawn with the effect of Shard of Greed. Magic Jammer and 7 Tools, 2 very useful cards, blocking any magical trap that Taya might play to counter. And Zoa in for the attack. It is on Ancient Elf. 1500 with Ground Attack of Bugroth will put Taya down to 1250. And she will be done on the next turn if she does not draw anything to tilt the favour. I don't think there's much that she could draw here. There's, oh okay, Hysteric Fairy. 1800, not bad. And get rid of Ground Attack of Bugroth. Fortunately for Taya, Keith is holding Offerings to the Doomed. Keith can play that and wipe out the rest of Taya's life points. As Keith, oh, he's drawn 0. He does have the ritual for it. There's Offerings to the Doomed. So that'll wipe out Hysteric Fairy. And Keith can just attack with Zoa, or summon 0. We don't see 0 very often. We'll require both Zoa and Machine King, being 8 stars, but 2800, 0 the man. First time I ever saw this card, Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. The opposing would play it just from their hand. You, on the other hand, had to ritual summon it. And ritual summoning was almost impossible in that game. Well, Taya has taken a loss in this first one. Keith is up 1-0 and his good start to the season continues. So we'll flip perspective now and we will go from Taya's perspective. And as we're setting up on this next match, some name shout-outs for comments over the last couple of days, the weekend as well. Emperor Pikachu, Alejandro Fernandez, SCH292, Moon Wolfie, Glenn Devo as well. Sukowski 1978, Drawing While Talking. Mecha Jason, Slinger 0083, Moon Wolfie. Ray Hunter Gaming as well, good to hear from you again. Joe Lowe's, one of my longest subscribers to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. As Taya starts off with the Hourglass of Life, mentioned Facilis DC as well. Kodos Kopos, Abraham Javias as well. It's another name which I've seen pop up quite a lot over my time doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Robert Jones as well. Funky Dirk, always good to hear from you as well. Sax Pack Abs. And Torrin Johnson as well, and and then it goes into 1 month ago on YouTube's almost impossible filtering of its comments. Brave Scissor comes to the field. Taya do see Thunder of Ruler in her graveyard. Mystical Space, I think Mystical Space Typhoon might have collected that up. Oh, there's 2 cards, and I did miss what those first cards were. But Hourglass of, Hourglass of Life has stayed on the field, so it must have been something else that Keith targeted. And Taya did get the effect of her Thunder of Ruler, Elves Light, and Silver Bow and Arrow, all equipped to Dark Witch, 2500, and this is how Taya can become very dangerous very quickly with her equip cards. And Keith has activated a negate attack. He's drawing the cards that he needs, Keith, at the moment. No wonder why he's so difficult to defeat. Tribute to the Doomed. Very powerful card. Keith did use it. He used it in his match against Yugioh, which was a little bit of a cheat code, if anything, because he probably got it from the Rare Hunters. But Keith, again, drawing all the cards he needs, being able to negate with negate attack, being able to get rid of a strong adversary with Tribute to the Doomed, and Keith in for the attacks. He hasn't got anything really that strong on the field, 1300 and 800. Taya's got plenty in her deck, Maiden of the Moonlight, Aqua Mador with 2000 defense. Fairy's Gift is a 1400, that could help here as well. What else does... I think I might add a 16... Oh, she's got Neo the Magic Swordsman at 1700 as well, and Hysteric Fairy, so she does actually have a few beat sticks available to her as well. 700 points off Keith as he went in for an attack and hit Aqua Mador. Alright, what do we have here? Ancient Elf, 1450. And with Keith here, yes, Taya. That's a call I would have made as well. Keith does have some good 5-star monsters in his deck, some good 6-star monsters in his deck as well. You don't want to give him the opportunity to tribute and get, say, a Machine King, or even a Pendulum Machine, a Giant Mech Soldier, anything like that that would be able to get over Taya's attack force here. So good play from Taya, even though you don't really want your Aqua Mador in attack mode, but if the situation calls for it. Alright, Kestis of Dagla. Can't be equipped to anything, they're both spellcasters. And Ancient Elf in for the attack on... Oh, Battle Footballer. Again, Keith with the cards. Just the perfect cards that he needs. He did cheat a lot in the anime. Just putting it out there. Alright, 3 cards in hand for Keith. What does he have here? Machine Conversion Factory, 300 attack and defense. For Battle Footballer, 2400 defense is going to be quite... that's quite a solid defense. It's going to be tough for Taya to get through. Especially with cards like that. The Dancing Elf, classic card though. Was may have seemed weak in those old Yu-Gi-Oh days, but it was actually quite a useful card in some of those old games. Dancing Elf was a female fairy, so if you fused it with a rock, you would get a Mystical Sand at 2100. You could also fuse it into a... I think if you fused it with Mystical Elf, you'd get a Celtic Guardian. Oh, Rush Recklessly from Keith on Cyber Falcon, 2100. Can get over Aqua Mador here. That may be Keith. Okay, he does go for Aqua Mador. Rush Recklessly will wear off. It will put Cyber Falcon under Ancient Elf's attack. However, it's not particularly a bad thing to get a 2000 defense off the field. Hysteric Fairy for Taya, great pull. And with Kestis of Dagla, that would now be at 2300. And Taya could get back some life points here. She still can't get past that Battle Footballer though, it's still 2400. Now Kestis of Dagla activates, gives Taya back 900 points. Can't do anything with Ancient Elf or Dancing Elf. Oh, Taya's gone for Hysteric Fairy's effect. Tribute 2 of your monsters, gain 1000 life points. It's a heavy cost to pay though for just 1000 points. Something you can do with a DN Keto, the Cura Master or something like that, but they weren't really doing Taya any good on the field, although, I mean, she's got to get past that 2400. She did use 2 of her equip cards already as well. Oi, Cosmo Queen, 2900. Taya's a bit of a queen herself as well. For Taya to get Cosmo Queen, it is her strongest card. I think her next strongest is... I think it might actually be her 1800s, as Machine King has come to the field. It has matched 2300 with 2300. Keith has also just played it face down. Taya's going to have to be wary of that. There's Happy Lover. Happy Lover was the first card she played in the anime. She played it against Joey in their school days. However, she's played it face down, I think maybe just to no avail, because Machine King is likely to just collect it up here. Keith with a face down spell or trap. If Keith draws a machine type, he can play that on the field. It will give Machine King an extra 100 points. So Taya is not safe here. Her Hysteric Fairy needs a power boost, and it needs it quick. There's Wing Egg Elf. Taya really has no option but to go to a end phase here. Keith, he's less on points, but you get the feeling that Keith, he hasn't played anything down. Oh, Shine Palace. That'll put Hysteric Fairy to 3,000. Great card for Taya. So Hysteric Fairy will be at 3,000. Unless what is Keith? He's got Magic Jammer. He's got Magic Jammer. There's Stop Defense that was thrown. Oh, that's a tough break. Taya that really could have turned it in her favour, having a 3,000 attacker with Kestis of Dagler equipped as well. But they still stay matched at 2,300 apiece. Ah, and there it is. Keith has drawn a machine. It's going to put his... Oh, and Monster Reborn. Oh, Barrel Dragon. Keith must have discarded that. 26, 25, and 14. Keith has played... He's played well. He has played really well. There's one heads. He needs another. Oh, and he's got it as well. Oh, how is Keith doing this? He's drawing every possible card he needs. I mean, on a worse draw for Keith, Taya probably had this match. Keith has been very lucky in this, so 2,600 to come off Taya here. She'll be down to 650. And just like that, this match has just come completely apart for Taya. If she could get Cosmo Queen to the field, she would still have the strongest monster. There's Magician of Faith. It may just have come a little bit too late. Magician of Faith's effect earlier would have actually been very useful. She could have pulled back, I think Taya may have played Offerings to the Doomed, but she could have pulled back an equip card as well. Barrel Dragon activates its effect again. Heads, 2 heads, that's all it needs. Clean sweep, 3-0 on heads. And Taya is cooked. Well, Magician of Faith's effect didn't even get activated. And, oh wow, Keith has just flipped up Mask of Weakness. He'll still win the match. That's probably just to show the card he had. For us, the viewing audience, even if Taya did attack, she would have been at a 700-point deficit. Man, Keith had everything in that match. He had absolutely everything. Everything he needed to combat a pretty good attack for some Taya. Now Keith is up 2-0. He is now going for a bonus point, and if he does get it, it'd be 2 bonus points in a row for Keith. And he will go match with Mako in bonus points. I believe Mako has got 2 as well. Keith and Mako both off to very good starts to their tournament. They were very good in the old Duelist Kingdom tournament. Mako was very, very good in the Battle City tournament that we had here, finishing only second to Arcana himself, because Arcana was basically just the final boss. Blast Sphere, played by Keith. 7 completed available. Rush Recklessly available. He's got Thunder of Ruler on the field. He's got Negate Attack. Again, it is a very good starting hand for Keith. Even though he's only got 1 monster, it is a very good starting hand. And he has just activated Thunder of Ruler. Taya will not be able to conduct a battle phase on this turn. She goes with a face down defense. And, oh, Offerings to the Doomed. This is This is absolutely incredible from Keith. Spirit of the Harp would usually protect. On this occasion, it will not. Rush recklessly will put Blast Sphere to 2100, and this is just something out of a script, because Keith just has everything he possibly needs to get over anything that Taya is throwing. There's Fairy's Gift, both monsters matched at 1400. And Offerings to the Doomed. Taya will destroy the Blast Sphere. It will skip her draw phase on the next turn. There is a face down from Taya. And she goes in for a direct attack. Will Keith activate negate attack? He does. He doesn't need to there though. Negate attack is a very useful card, especially if you need to tribute to get a good monster to the field, but Keith did play, he protected his life points. There's Pendulum Machine, that's what I was just talking about with negate attack. Sometimes it's better to hold that card. Keith, he doesn't go with Offerings to the Doomed. He could have played it face down on his field actually, it is a quick play. Either way, doesn't matter. Maybe he just doesn't want, or then again, if you do play it on the field, you run the risk of it being blown away by a Mystical Space Typhoon as well. So, there we go, the Dark Witch. Fairy's Gift departs. Silver Bow and Arrow, 2100 now for the Dark Witch. Keith does have Offerings to the Doomed. Taya is going to be hoping that she's got a Magic Jammer. Keith draw. That is a great card as well for him in this situation. Guardian of the Throne Room. He's got 7 completed. He may not even need to use his Offerings to the Doomed here. There it is, 7 completed. That can go on to attack. It will put 700 more on. It will put Guardian of the Throne Room at 2350. And it will defeat the Dark Witch. Unless Taya's face down has anything to defend. It is a Rush recklessly. It will overpower Guardian of the Throne Room. However, Keith plays Offerings to the Doomed. It will skip his next battle phase, but it is going to get rid of the Dark Witch. And now Bandit Keith will get the option again. Replay happens. Continue to attack. And Bandit Keith, yet again, with just everything that he could possibly need to get himself out of that situation. One Day of Peace from Taya. They're almost equal on life points. I don't believe this. He's just drawn Time Machine. If he loses Guardian of the Throne Room, he can bring it back. It's been incredible drawing from Keith. Absolutely incredible. He does have weak machine monsters. He does have weak machine monsters in his deck. Golgoyle, for example. Gigatech Wolf, even though that is... Cyber Falcon's only at 1400, you know, he does have weak machine monsters. But Keith's like, you know what, I'll keep them at the bottom of my deck, just in case I need them for later. I'll put them all at the very bottom. Mask of Weakness. Everything Keith could have possibly wanted. It's just making it harder and harder for Taya to make any offense here, because Keith is just going to have so much back rank effect on anything that Taya is going to throw down. She lost the Hourglass of Courage. Even if it doubled in its attack, it still wouldn't have been able to defeat Guardian of the Throne Room. Face down defense for Taya. And now turn change. And Keith has drawn Waboku, making it even harder for Taya to attack. He doesn't play it down, he just goes in for the attack. Okay, Magician of Faith. Taya has played Offerings to the Doomed. It will skip her draw phase when she plays it, however, but Taya will be able to get rid of Guardian of the Throne Room. Keith doesn't have Magic Jammer. Surprisingly, he doesn't have Magic Jammer. Alright, Taya draws her card, plays Offerings to the Doomed. She'll have to skip her next draw phase. Guardian of the Throne Room is finally off the field. At 2350, Taya has gone straight to her end phase. There's Launcher Spider. Keith does not have a monster to attack with. He throws down Waboku. Time Machine only works if it was destroyed by battle. Mask of Weakness available for Keith as well. So he's got counterplay in his spells and traps. And Taya has had to skip her draw phase. She may have only high level monsters or something like that in her hand. There's Gargoyle. It's a 900. And however, because of that 700 Mask of Weakness laying in trap for Keith ready to spring on Taya, 900 is more like 1600 now. Wabaku is also available for Keith. He can activate that, he can bring down Pendulum Machine, which will be a 1750. Keith is completely protected here. Face down spell or trap for Taya, and it's not looking good. It looks like she may again not have any monsters to play. I mean, with Taya, with what she's drawn, she probably would have beaten other opponents. When Keith draws like this, no one is going to beat him. He has drawn phenomenally well. So Keith won't have luck like this in every match. So Pendulum Machine now in for the attack. 1750, Taya is down to 3000. 5900 for Keith. And now draw phase. Taya, 3 cards left, 2 on the field, face down. Make that 3, and it's not looking good. So Taya running out of life points. There's Giant Mech Soldier, that's 1750 as well. Taya activates Wabaku in an attempt to preserve some more life points. Pendulum Machine went to defense mode. It's 2000 defense as well. Alright, what does Taya have here? 3 cards in hand. She's finally drawn a monster, it would seem. Turn change for Keith. It is ground attacker Bugroth. 1500 attack. Keith now will likely put Pendulum Machine back to attack mode. And Keith will go on the offensive again here. What is Taya's defense? It is negated. That will also end Bandit Keith's battle phase. Now, Keith does have Launcher Spider. I have Launcher Spider on card as well. One of the first cards I think I got through a booster pack. Metal Raiders, I believe it came in. Alright, what does Taya have here? Does she have something to tribute? Does she have something to play? There's Shard of Greed. Does she have... Oh my, she doesn't have... I mean, maybe she's got Cosmo Queen in her hand, that's 7 stars. But it would appear that Taya does not have a 5-star monster available for her. 1750 in Giant Mech Soldier. Pendulum Machine and Giant Mech Soldier both staring down. It is Happy Lover. Well, Taya, she has fought very hard, but Bandit Keith has just had an answer for everything. I mean, he always was a strong opponent. He was the Intercontinental Champion. So, understandably, he is good. Taya has activated Shining Friendship, but I believe she will need more than the power of friendship to get over these machines. There's Elves Light. That's only going to put it to 1700. Maybe Taya just trying to show us what she had. There is blocker 850, but Taya, unless she can guard, and it looks like she cannot, this will be it will be a 3-0 victory for Keith. And 1750, and that will do it. Keith has won 3-0 again. He will pick up another bonus point. Taya did not play poorly. She played well. Keith just had every answer possible, which is not going to happen in every match, but nevertheless, it is still a good win if you're on Team Bandit Keith. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Ishizu and Chaz coming up after this one as well. Thanks for tuning in. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, take care, farewell.